Good morning. It is Sunday, October 22nd, I think. And I don't think I filmed yesterday. So maybe I did. I have no recollection, but I don't think I did. So this is where I left off on my Dracula book cover. So Friday night when I worked on it, I basically just worked on bringing this border up and across, and that's basically all I got done. But that's my stopping point on this piece. And then yesterday I stitched with some friends virtually, and so I made a new start on something else, which may look slightly familiar. So this is the 40 count Picture This Plus pewter that I got the other day from 123 Stitch. And I'm in the process of finishing charting this for Dark October Seance, but I've at least started the outline. I figured I could go ahead and do the outline of the planchette and get a start on it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using Gentle Arts Raven for the outline. So yep, that's what I got done yesterday afternoon. And it was family dinner night last night, which I think I got some footage of. So no stitching last night, but I will be working on this some more tonight. Hopefully I will get my charting done this afternoon, and that'll be ready to go. So, happy Sunday. Hi friends, it is Tuesday, October 24th, and I don't think I've recorded for a couple days. Part of that is because I am working on stitching the design for Dark October Seance. Part of it is because I was charting that design for Dark October Seance, but I thought I would share with you the colors that I've chosen. So I started off with a Raven, which is what I've used for my other planchettes as the outline. And I had purchased this bandana that I was going to use, but after stitching a little bit with it, it's coming off a little too burgundy for what I want. So I pulled a couple other options. I pulled this Apple Fritter by Classic Colorworks, and I pulled DMC 498. I'm gonna dig around and see if I can find any other overdyes I may have around here. But this is more the color I'm looking for. And then I pulled a couple other colors now that I think I've got the design finished. So trying to keep it super simple, but that's what I've got so far. So I'm hoping tonight I can make some good progress on this thing. So working today and baking Eric's birthday cake for him. His birthday is tomorrow. He asked for an applesauce cake, so I'm gonna make that. And been stitching with some friends this evening. So that's what I got going on. And it's raining. It started raining yesterday and it has rained more, and I absolutely love it. It's perfect. Perfect weather. So this is what my life feels like right now. Like it's just a hot mess. So today is Friday, October 27th, and I haven't recorded in a couple days because things. So the Dark October Seance is tonight, which I'm super excited about. I did send off the charts to the attendees of the 2 planchettes that I designed for this year. And so I thought I'd show you what I'm working on. So the planchette that I designed for this year, I called The Blood is the Life, and it's based on, inspired by Dracula. So I was trying to get it stitched before tonight so that I could have it like finished and mounted and photographed to put on the chart, but that didn't happen. But I stitched enough of it to figure out my colors. Finally found a red that I was mostly happy with, and this is how far I got. So I thought I'd share this with you. I'm stitching it on 40 count pewter by Picture This Plus with DMC, but the black is Gentle Arts Raven because that's what I used on the other planchettes. So, but I just charted the whole thing in DMC. So that's what I've been working on the past several nights, and I think for tonight I want to work on something different for the seance, so I'm trying to decide what I want to do. And I just found this like random thread stuck to my bag, which I think is the wrong red, so I need to probably just get rid of that. So here's my choices for tonight. So I can try to do this, try to start this. This was supposed to be my Dark 13 stitching, Friday the 13th start, which was a no-go because of the fabric situation. Because this fabric is 28 count, and I wasn't happy with over 2 and I wasn't happy with over 1. So I bought a new piece of fabric. I found this Cozyegg fiber on a whim 40 count, which I think is perfect. And so I have my threads. I was able to get also the one thread I was missing. So I think it'll be pretty on this fabric. But I kind of feel like this is not dark enough. It's not dark enough stitching for the seance. So I'm kind of leaning towards starting my Samhain piece, which is the last of the primitive hair sabbat pieces that I need to do. So I'm kind of thinking I might start this, which I have recharted. And my printer sucks, so it's running out of ink, so just ignore this. This is all one color. But I recharted the center of it because I wasn't in love with this, so I put a raven on there, which I pulled from another primitive hair pattern. So I did not design this. I just pulled it from another one of her charts. And I'm thinking I want to do it on this Ale by Picture This Plus with Gentle Arts Raven. So that may be my start. Actually, I think it calls for a second color. Yeah, it calls for maple syrup, so I need to pull that too. But I think that that might be the better choice, the easier choice for stitching tonight. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. So, and then I'll come back to this. So yeah, I am just having a week. But it's Friday. I took the day off today. I'm going to go get my allergy shots. We have the seance tonight. Very much looking forward to it. But I think this is probably my winner. And then I can start this another time now that I have my fabric and everything sorted out. So that's the plan. Oh, I also dug through my closet and pulled out my nightshade quilt top because it's not finished yet, not quilted, because I thought I would put this up to hang behind me for the seance tonight, and because it's, you know, Halloween decoration. So I did pull this out, and I'll see if I can get this put up later. I love, love, love this quilt. Really wish it was quilted someday. Hi friends, it is Sunday, October 29th. I didn't record yesterday, I don't think, but I wanted to show you what I started for the Dark October Seance. So I did go ahead and start my Samhain piece by the Primitive Hair, and this is what I got done Friday night during the seance, which actually is quite a bit. I had pulled that maple syrup thread that it calls for, and it just didn't work on my fabric. So I've now pulled this color, which is Weeks Rust, and I think it's really pretty. So I think I'm going to try to use that. I really love the variegation in it. So I will work more on this tonight, hopefully. And I'm hoping I can get this done in the next day or so. But I really love how it's looking on this fabric. And I had this, you know, this other half of this piece here. So it was the perfect size to make use of. And then I'll have this other half left. So yeah, really, really good. And the seance was a lot of fun. We had a bunch of people. It was fun to get to see what everybody was working on. And we just talked movies and books and stitching and all sorts of things. So it was a really good time. I'm so glad that Emily and I do this. So this was our 3rd year, and just really, really enjoyable to get to spend some time with some other stitchers and talk about spooky things. So, but today is Sunday. It is rainy, which is my favorite kind of day. And it is chilly today. We actually dropped like 30 degrees between yesterday and today. And today's my day to do laundry and cleaning and all sorts of things. So, but I'm hoping that tonight I can sit down and work on this a bit. Good morning. It is Monday, October 30th, and I took the day off work. And so I'm having my coffee, and I'm starting on this project that I've been thinking about the past few days. So I have all my DMC on bobbins, but I also have this box and a couple others that are project specific, but I haven't worked on these projects in like 10 years. So the first thing I'm gonna do to try to reorganize my thread and get everything into one place is I'm gonna take all of the stuff out of these project specific boxes and put them back into inventory, because at whatever point I decide that I'm actually going to work on that, then I can pull thread for it. But it's silly to have things in project specific boxes for projects I'm not working on. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And hopefully that is step one on my journey to getting my stuff more organized. But I'm working in my spreadsheet and making sure that I have all of these numbers captured, that they're in inventory, and then I will start to add in from the project specific boxes. And we'll see what that does for me. So okay, so I went through my boxes of DMC and pulled everything from those project specific boxes into my main inventory boxes, and I've updated my spreadsheet accordingly. So my next piece of this project is going to be to go through all of my project bags for my whips and figure out what's in there. So it's going to be kind of a twofold process. It's going to be making sure that I've accounted for what's in what project bag, but then also projects that I'm not actively working on and don't intend to actively work on, I'm going to pull the threads out of them. Like, unless they were bought specifically for those projects, like I have some that were kits, unless they're specifically, for that project, the threads didn't come out of inventory, I'm going to start pulling threads out, because there's no reason to have thread in projects that I have not worked on in 10 plus years and don't intend to work on anytime soon. So I'm probably not going to get too much farther on this today, but I thought I would at least go through my project bag that has my two projects that I have been specifically working on, which is my planchette for the seance that we just had, and my Samhain piece that I have been working on. And here's where I got to on that last night. I started adding in that rust color, and I really love it. I love the variegation on it. So I'm hoping I can get this done tonight or tomorrow night. So I'm gonna do the threads that are in this bag, and then that's probably gonna be all that I'm gonna get to today. But that's the next step in my project, to try to figure out what the heck I have and where it is. and start to pull things back into inventory because it's just silly to have it spread out so far. So that's the plan. Good morning. Happy Halloween. Today is Tuesday, October 31st, and I'm going to attempt to do my vlogging, but as you can see, I have help. But now that he's gone up onto his tower, maybe I can do this. So, last night, I finished my Samhain piece, and I'm quite pleased with it. I love the way that rust color turned out, and I'm happy with the raven that I changed from the jack-o'-lantern. Really pleased with this. Now, if I can FFO it sometime in the next, 5 to 7 years, then I'll be on track. So I think for tonight, I'm going to go back to my planchette that I designed for the Dark October Seance this year, and I just want to work on this until I get it done. So I thought about having a new start for tonight or working on something else, but I really just need to get this done. So that's what I'm going to work on. And I finished reading Blood Orange, and I have started reading The Silk House. I think I started that on Friday. This is the next book for the SGR, Sanford Guild of the Rockies book club. And it's very gothic, very atmospheric, which I love. It's a little dark academia on top of that. So just a touch, not a ton. So I'm reading this, really enjoying it so far. And I've got a couple hundred pages left to read before Thursday night. So I'll be working on that. And then of course, because it's Halloween, I'm looking at what we're gonna watch tonight, because we always watch movies on Halloween. So I was feeling something different. So I pulled Underworld, which I haven't seen in forever. And I pulled Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. And then I pulled Blade, which obviously we've never watched since we purchased this. But just kind of feeling the vampire movies. So those are my choices. We'll see if Eric vetoes them like he vetoed my choices last year. But that's the plan. So we will order pizza and watch movies. And I will work on my Blood is the Life planchette. Happy Halloween. Good morning. It is Wednesday, November 1st, and I thought I'd show you my progress. So last night for Halloween, we ordered pizza and we watched the 2 Underworld movies. That's all we had time for. And I worked on my Blood is the Life planchette. I didn't get a ton done, but every little bit counts. So I finished stitching the bat. I just had this wing to fill in. And so I got that done. And then I have started doing the blood on this side of the planchette. I think it only goes down to about here, so I just have a little bit more, and then I can do the other side. And then I have all the stuff down here at the bottom. So it's going to take me a little while, but I'm just going to keep working away at it so I can get it done and then get it finished. And I'm starting to think about what I want to work on in November. So I'm hoping maybe I can pull some of that stuff and show it to you here in a little bit. Hi all, it is Friday, November 3rd, and I think this is probably going to wrap up my Dark October vlog. So we'll be back to regular videos after this, but I haven't recorded in the past couple of days, so I thought I would pop in and just show you what I've been working on. So I'm still working on the planchette, and this is where I'm at. I finished all of the red. I love how it looks, and I've started on the candles. I think because of my fabric, I'm going to have to probably pull a brighter white to use, just because it's not showing up great against this light colored fabric. So I'll have to make that decision, but that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. So that's where I'm at on that. And then today I am starting a new project, which is a stitch along with Amy Gable Stitcher and I think a few other folks. And we are going to start The Birdman Cometh by Little Robin Designs. I've had this in my stash since it came out at market, and I just absolutely love it. It's so weird, so awesome. I love this electric bunny. I love the birds and the pomegranate in the center and the weird birdman guys. It's just such a weird, colorful piece. And the second that Robin showed this, I was like, I absolutely have to stitch this. And when I found that other people had a love for it too, like Amy, I was like, excellent, we can stitch it together. And Ramses loves it too. So I am stitching it on the, I'm going to stitch it on the called for 40 count Weeks Aztec red fabric with the called for overdyed threads, which as you can see are super colorful, really pretty, and just Just love it. Please don't eat my threads. So I'm going to start that this evening, which I'm quite excited about. So, and then I thought I would also share kind of my plans for November. Sure, just make yourself comfortable. It's fine. So the other piece that I would like to work on in November is I was going to get out my Hannah Tingy by the Scarlet House, which this was a Thanksgiving Day start a couple years ago with Christy from Crosshatch Quilts. And I worked on it last year again too, but I thought I would get this back out because it's like the perfect Thanksgiving, Christmas kind of piece. So here's where I'm at. I've been working on the over one verse, and oh my gosh, I think I stitched and ripped out and stitched and ripped out this piece right here like about 6 times the last time I worked on it. And I did this awesome moth, and I've started on the deer, one of the deer. So I just love this piece because it's got these beautiful fall colors in it, like these golds and the greens, but then it also has the red and the green. And so it's, to me, it's kind of the perfect fall to Christmas transition piece. So I would like to work on this at some point this month, probably later in November, closer to Thanksgiving. But I thought I would just show you my November plans, and I am stitching it with the called for NPIs. So yeah, so that is the plan. Ramses agrees. Yes. Okay. So that is that's my plan for what I'm going to work on in November. I am still going to try to get that planchette finished up so that that'll be done. And I'm excited to start on the Birdman Cometh. And I'm excited to get back to Hannah Tingy because I absolutely love this shirt too. That's another one that I have loved since it came out at market sometime in 2011. Yeah. So, yeah, it needs to be on my wall for sure. All right, well, Ramses and I wish you happy stitching, and thank you so much for joining me during Dark October. It was not the October that I anticipated, but there were good parts to it nonetheless. So thanks so much for joining, for checking in with me, and I hope you have a good start to your November. So thanks everyone. Happy stitching.